Hey, good afternoon. Happy Wednesday. For those of you who don't know, I am Dr. Maisha. I'm the Stress Free Mom MD, also the admin in this group. And as promised yesterday, I am back today. And it's been a while since I've done like an actual topic, so I wanted to talk specifically about a topic. I've been taking notes. There have been some requests around content. Hey, Dr. Jatu, I'll be seeing you in a few days. There have been some requests around topics, and as I have looked over, I thought today would be a good day to talk about the three major keys to client attraction. And so, hey, Dr. Nana. That's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about three major ways to be attracting clients, what it requires, and give you some tips on how you can move it forward. Okay, so first of all, one of the biggest issues that I come across in the clients that I coach in my programs is that they're always wondering, how do you get clients? How do you get clients? How do you get clients? And there's a couple of different things that there's a lot of different programs out there that'll say, hey, go do Facebook ads, or you got to set up this complex system, and those are really advanced marketing tactics. I want to talk about things that you can do that are low cost or free today. Facebook ads and the complex funnels, those are valid things. And for people who are just getting started out, that can be super overwhelming. I remember even having been in business for several years in my private practice when I was practicing integrative medicine. It was overwhelming then to start to move into the space of this whole email marketing and funnels and all of these types of things. And some of you may not even know what a funnel is as I'm talking about it. So that's why I want to start with some of the basic things. And this is what I teach in my programs, and I do teach some advanced techniques as well. But the basics is where it's at, especially when we're talking about you being somewhere where you have a local business. So some of you here are thinking about starting a business. You're thinking about you're thinking about starting something that's local, like maybe you're thinking about starting a direct pay practice. Some of you are thinking about starting a virtual practice of some sort, whether it's telemedicine, whether it's a coaching practice, whether it's an online course. You're thinking about all the different ways that you can start this business. And the biggest question in mind is, what if, how am I going to get clients? So let's talk about the first thing that you want to look at, you want to start to look at when you are wanting to attract clients. So I want to talk about some of the things that people undervalue first. The first thing that people undervalue is your local community, okay? So when I started my practice, and even when I started my coaching practice, the first people in mind are the people that you know and are around you. Now, some of them you may know personally. Some of them, they may be potential referral sources, and you don't know them. So you don't want to you don't want to underestimate or undervalue the local marketing around you. For example, when I had my integrative medicine practice, if you're doing direct pay, you're doing integrative medicine, you're starting some type of telemedicine in your area, then you want to look at, well, who are the practices around you? Who are the practitioners around you? If you're integrative medicine, psychologists, chiropractors, other massage therapists, these are great referral sources, and you network with these people because they need something that you already have. So that's in the realm of integrative medicine. If you're in yes, proximity should never be ignored. If you're in multi-level marketing, if you're in direct sales, you want to start with people who are local to you, especially if you're doing direct sales in the wellness arena. Because guess what? There are all types of integrative practitioners or wellness practitioners that might want to carry your products, that might want an additional stream of income to to build inside of their business or to build a business completely. So when you're doing direct sales, you always want to look at the proximity factor. You always want to look at the local people around you. Who is it that you already know that can, number one, either if you're building a direct sales business, come on as a partner, or number two, if you're building a business, be a referral source. And I will tell you, in my private practice, referrals were the blood of the practice. Of course, I did some advertising, some local advertising in the beginning. Of course, I did some social media networking. I got to that when social media became popular after, but the blood of my practice was referrals from patients and referrals from practitioners and even referrals from physicians. So you want to think about who do you know in proximity to you. Now, the second thing that you want to do is you want to begin to nurture that community. Oh, so when I say proximity, back up. So proximity also means getting out inside into the community. So who are your local churches? Who are your corporations that you could do lunch and learns for that might be willing to refer to you? Now, I'm speaking now specifically for those who are doing more of the practice of the starting your own practice, whether it's telemedicine, whether it's the brick and mortar, even if you're starting a wellness coaching practice or program, you can actually, yes, absolutely, direct sales is a great source of secondary income. If you can actually begin to build your coaching practice locally, who are the local organizations who can funnel in clients to you? So as I speak about local, it's not just reaching out directly to private practices or other practitioners, but it's also looking at where can you speak in your community. That was another place where I got a lot of referrals. I would speak in a lot of churches. I would do lunch and learns for various corporations, and those people remembered me. They followed me. They made appointments with me. So when it comes to building a business, especially when you're first starting out, a very cheap or free way is to definitely look into your local community and begin to build your name inside of that local community. So this is the beginnings of branding, all right? Which is where I'm going to next, is you want to create a brand for yourself. And you want to brand yourself as well. You're the face of your brand. So you want to be stepping out there, and whether it's out in the community or here on social media, and begin to provide value for the people who you want to serve. Now, you do have to be clear about who you're serving, which is another, it's a side tip to this tip on a client attraction, is you have to be super clear. Thank you, Nana. You've got to be super clear about who your ideal client is. If you are not crystal clear about this, then you're going to be trying to reach out to everyone, and it's like throwing paint against the wall and expecting something to stick. It just is much less workable and much less efficient than when you're very, very clear about who your ideal client is. So aside from now knowing your ideal client, you're creating this brand that attracts that ideal client. And so you want to nurture these potential ideal clients. And on social media, it may be in various groups. It may be connecting with people. If you're a business to business, it may be on LinkedIn. But you want to begin to nurture and provide value to those people who are your potential ideal clients. And how you do that is you do this, you do it just like I'm doing it here on Facebook. You provide value in groups, you create your page, you do Facebook Lives, you do things like that to begin to build your I say credibility, but as doctors we already have that credibility, but I'm going to call it street cred, right? Like to visibility and the brand, the name, the authority. That's what I want to say. The authority around what it is that you do. So you put yourself out there in that way, and it can be difficult, can be challenging for those of us who are proclaimed and tested introverts like myself. By the way, you might not believe it, but I definitely it takes something for me to put myself out there, but it is what it is, that's what there is to do in order to nurture those people who you want to attract to you. The other thing about that is people get to see your personality. They get to see the passion inside of what you do. They get to know your expertise through your blogging. So it doesn't have to always be live video, although these days it's one of the most, that's right, introvert superpower. It's one of the most effective ways is videos because, our attention spans are shorter and shorter, but people really get to feel you through your videos. Blogging is another one. Like I love to write. And if you write with personality, people get to even, that's right, Dr. Stephanie. If you write, people can even feel your personality through your writing if you write a particular way. So that's part of the branding too, like putting great content out there. And actually, just as a sneak preview, sometime in the near future, I haven't set a date yet, we're going to have one of our own docs in here come on and talk about giving great content, Dr. Sharnetta Colton, Colton Poole. And so, Dr. Sharnetta, forgive me if you're watching this in replay. And so, content is key, but you got to actually put yourself out there for content, right? So that's another way. And then that's another way to nurture. So you do the Facebook Live, you do the blogging, and another way to nurture is email marketing. Now that's a little bit, I could do like an entire Facebook Live on email marketing, and maybe I will. That's like beyond the scope of this particular conversation, but that's another way to nurture your clients. So you want to begin to brand yourself. You want to be crystal clear about who your clients are so that you can nurture the right clients. And you don't want to underestimate the value of local marketing, okay? And that is, when I say local marketing, really local networking and connecting inside of communities, all right? So that people know who you are right where you are. That's really the key to building a local business. And then you build on it with the social media. You build on it with the email marketing. And then the third thing, and I think this is probably more like the fifth thing, but when I get to talking about this stuff, it's like, passionate for me. So the next thing, and I'll wrap it up with this one, because this is probably one of the most important things, is collaboration. I think that in our community, we have been trained to isolate, to do it all by ourselves, to be suspicious of each other. And I was just having a conversation with a colleague about this. We need to be better at collaborating with each other and supporting each other. I just signed a doc on to the Employee to Entrepreneur Business Accelerator, and we were having this conversation about collaboration and building of community. That's why I have this community. That's why I build the community inside of my programs. Building the community so that we can help each other grow. There are 8 billion people on the planet, and many of those people are, there's a significant portion of those people right here in the United States. And so no one person, no one company can serve everyone. So why not collaborate with each other and help each other grow? Furthermore, each of us will have our niches. Dr. Nana, who's watching now, she and we're in collaboration. We have some crossover, yes. And there are a lot of things that are not, that she does that I don't do, that I do that maybe she doesn't do. So we are collaborating to help us grow. Dr. Jatu Sanesi, shout out. She and we're collaborating on a residency retreat this weekend. We're going to be speaking at Houston Medical Center on leadership and building leadership inside of the residency. So, we can collaborate with each other as we're stepping out, building these various businesses, coaching businesses, direct sales businesses, all of these businesses. When we collaborate, I always say better together. When we collaborate offline as well as online, then we actually can all help each other break the chains of this corporate medicine